Hey, it's Breezy, and we have some girls' frontline news. They just announced about an hour ago that we're getting a free Elite doll and their weapon with this Starry Project event that is happening. It's in the second half of the next patch, and then it kind of leads into the next patch also. It runs over. But we're getting a free doll here from the event here. If you see on level 5 and level 8, we get the weapon at 5 and the doll at level 8. I don't know how you advance this event, but you can see the dolls there that we are getting. We got Mechty, Vector, Andoris, Yoohee, Makiatto, and Springfield. And I don't know why they just sneakily announced this in their patch rundown tweet. They didn't have this in their video or anything. They just kind of snuck it in there. But who should you pick? First option is obviously the one you want the most. If you don't have them and you want them, pick them. But meta-wise, let's find out. It's no one's surprise that the number one meta pick is Springfield. She's the best support in the game and basically gives your whole team a second health bar whenever she ults. Getting her V1 can be a huge boost if you're playing Tololo. It lets her go 3 times in a row if you have Tololo V2, which is pretty easy with the standard pulls. And then her R1 is also kind of recommended. It gives the whole team attack boost whenever she ults. And I think that is the number one meta pick. I think the number 2 choice would probably be Vector if you don't have Vector for your fire teams. With the fire characters coming back on the banners this patch, she could be a great addition if you don't have her. Her V1 also gives her an additional follow-up attack, and then her weapon is just also kind of recommended if you get her, because it just improves all damage of follow-up attacks for the fire team, which is nice. Her V2 is a cleanse for the entire board whenever you ult. It's not needed, but it could be a nice quality of life if you need that. My third pick here would probably be Yoohee, and I think that's who I'm going to be picking because I don't actually own her yet. So it's more like a future pick for when Voimestina comes out, and she'll be the support for your physical team because the physical team's not crazy good right now. But all 3 of her vertebrae are pretty good also, and her gun isn't crazy, but it's pretty good. It gives defense lowering and buffs every time. The weapon's okay too, but this is more like a future pick for when Voimestina comes out, so you have a physical team. And she's a pretty generic buffer. Her buffs work on about any team also. And let's see who's next. I think my number 4 pick would be Andoris. If you don't have her for the electric team, she's pretty darn cool. She is like a shielder, while Springfield is a healer. Andoris provides shields. She puts out turrets on the field, which triggers attacks from people like Mosin Nagant and Leva. But the one downside is her V1 can actually be a negative for your team if you have Leva. And then the weapons are pretty limiting of what is good on her. It's just her weapon and then the purple version of her gun are the only ones that are really, really good on her. But I mean, you can just slap about anything on her. She just uses tank stuff anyway. My number 5 option is probably Makiatto. She's a very good DPS, but she's also just a DPS. She doesn't provide any buffs or anything. She just does she deals big damage, and that's her. Her V1 just is a crit increase and damage multiplier increase, and then her weapon actually provides some defense ignore plus damage increase. And her V2 is going to increase the amount of interceptions she gets while her shield's active in her ult. She's a very good DPS, but DPSs are replaceable and can be power crept easily. And I mean, Alva is going to be coming out pretty soon too, in patch or 2 maybe, I hope. And the last doll available is Mechty, who she's also a DPS, but she also does a little bit of buffing. Her expansion key is actually decent on her, even though it just like puts her to sleep the whole battle. There are ways to work with Lynn to make that a very good bonus. It's not recommended you pull on any of her vertebrae unless you're going all the way maxed out. And her weapon is actually pretty good. It just lowers defense on everybody. So that could help your Kluke. Yeah, let me know who you guys are going to pick. The link to this file is in top of my description. If you want to look at it, it's got tips on every single character, weapons, recommendations. So it's a great thing to like peek at when you're building characters, looking at future characters. Let me know who you guys are picking. I think I'm picking Yoohee, but I can't believe they just sneakily announced this. See you guys later.